What's good, YouTube? Dmgaming here, guys, and it has been a long day. I've been kind of waiting to see if anything new was going to be announced today before I did the announcement or before I did this video. Now, guys, I know that the trailer came out yesterday. I know that the gameplay came out yesterday, and I know people are wondering, DM, why haven't you uploaded yesterday, or why didn't you talk about the trailer? And it's like this. I like to be patient. I like to wait until, I can really look and analyze things because I don't like just rushing out to make a video and then something else comes behind it and I got to make another video or I miss something. So I like to take my time and be thorough and things like that. Now, my concern is that I look at the community and I see some big time Dragon Ball YouTubers like SiriX. I watched his video today, and even Rhyme Style. And for these guys to have as many subscribers as they have and to be Dragon Ball YouTubers, it's amazing to me how little they know about the game. And that's fine, because people will come to me for it. And I'm cool with that. But the issue is they have a ton of followers. And so I'm starting to wonder, is this game getting the publicity that it needs? Because this is a great game, guys. And you're going to see that when you see the gameplay. Now, in the gameplay, I have the actual gameplay. And I'm going to show that. We're going to talk about that. But before I do that, I do want to show some screenshots from it. So the first one, because it's some stuff that I noticed, this was when he killed a Puli. I think his name was a Puli, however you pronounce his name, Kui, something like that. Anyway, dirty fireworks, infamous. My only issue with this shot in the game was that I kind of wanted more of an explosion, but it was more like a poof sound. It wasn't nothing spectacular like it was in the anime. In the anime, it was a lot more dramatic. And that's not saying a lot. I mean, I'm not going to not play the game because of that, but it's just something that I pointed out. Now, this one was very interesting to me. And guys, I am going to show the gameplay. But this was very interesting to me because it shows how much they capture the essence of the characters. For instance, when Goku caught his fish, he's smiling, he's happy, he's Goku. Vegeta catches it and he's typical Vegeta, just nonchalant, like whatever. You know what I'm saying? I think that's super awesome that they capture even the personalities of the characters in the game. And this may be something small that goes by the wayside, but I noticed it. You know what I'm saying? I know other people noticed it as well. But like I said, everybody's just talking about the gameplay and how awesome the game looks. We already know those things. So we can take advantage of that fact that we know about the game, and it allows us to talk about things that are more in depth with the gameplay and stuff like that. Okay, so I thought that was cool. Now, this one you can't really see. The image quality is bad, but I have two of them back to back. And we're looking at the top in the middle. That is Frieza's. It's like a mini Frieza spaceship. And I noticed this. If you go back and watch it, you'll see it in the gameplay at certain points. Little mini Frieza spaceships. Now, they never flew up to them, so I don't know what they do, but they are definitely in the game. And then there was another thing. This right here, it's almost like in Xenoverse, those little portals that you fly through. Now you can see there's kind of wind blowing in one direction from the portal, and there's a symbol at the top. I couldn't make out what it was, but I'm wondering, what does it do when you fly into it? I think it kind of like speed pushes you to a different area or something to that effect. I'm not sure. So, but those are the things that I noticed throughout the trailer that stood out to me the most. And I just kind of wanted to point those out with some still frames right there. Guys, please share this video to as many people as possible. Also follow us on these social media platforms and click the subscribe button. Help us to reach that 9,000 subscriber mark. Now, some new gameplay, and I hope it doesn't lag out because I don't need that in my life right now. And it looks like it is kind of going a little bit slow, but you got Goku and Vegeta here, and the gameplay looks good. It is lagging a little bit, guys. Just please, for the love of God, bear with me. But the iconic fight between him and Vegeta looks good as always. Pretty hyped about that. And then the fight between him and Hui, if I'm pronouncing his name correctly. But you'll see the dirty fireworks thing. You can't hear the audio on it because they're talking, and I'm not trying to have it interrupted or anything like that. So forgive me there, but it is what it is. And that may be a little good that it's going a little bit slower. Hopefully it's not lagging too bad, but Vegeta powers up and breaks his scouter. And I think it's really cool. I think it's really interesting that they do all of this right here. And I mean, the shading and all of that. And he's talking about his power level 22,000, and then his scouter breaks. He's like in shock and then all. That's pretty dope. And of course, they didn't show the actual fight because we actually fight him, but this is at the end of the fight. And see that? Dirty fireworks. But when you hear the audio, it doesn't sound that crisp, or it doesn't sound like that big and bad and stuff like that. So now they're going to the exploration. And of course, Vegeta's in his bad man shirt. And it's pretty dope. This is the portion of the anime between when after Frieza comes back, but before the androids appear. So it's in that time period where they're training, and he's right outside Capsule Corp. And if you look at the location on the top right, the icon, you can see the little weightlifting thing, and you can also see the research and development icon there as well to show that you could go in there. There's a training area in there. Of course, we know we need to go there to access the training thing for Banyu. And I mean, the city is just massive in this game. There is so much space and so many places to fly and things like that. And guys, if this is lagging, I truly apologize. One thing that jumped out at me immediately was how populated the city was, and the fact that they even honk their horns at you if you get in the way. Now, what they said is if you like bump into the people or something like that, they actually react to you. But you can see here Vegeta flies and nobody bats an eye. I mean, just look at the sheer size of the map in this area, and to think that there's so many other different areas that are just as big. So the game may not be like fully open world, but each area is almost, a massive open world within itself. And of course, he's going to the side quest to train with Tien Shinhan. But this is dope, man. This is like, it's cool. I mean, it's cool to see Vegeta in this way. So he can't go Super Saiyan yet because he hadn't reached the point in the anime where he went Super Saiyan. Now, one thing that's going to be interesting about this fight that I want to point out that was pointed out to me on Twitter, I think it was by Dragon Ball Hype. It was by somebody on Twitter. Shared it with Kenzaru. He may have pointed it out as well. But that's the fact of how fast Vegeta dodges. And the guy on Twitter did a side-by-side comparison of Goku when he was level 4 and Vegeta at level 40. And there's a significant difference in speed. So it turns out that it appears that the more that you level up, that your character actually does increase in speed and things like that as well. And I think that's really cool. Now, do you get that same effect whenever you transform? I'm not sure, but you definitely can notice how much faster Vegeta dodges here as opposed to like Goku at level 4. Now it's not gonna be as fast here because of course my computer obviously can't handle this gameplay as my frame rates are dropping tremendously. But be that as it may, yet and still is pretty. You can still see him dodging pretty fast. So and I got. And the fights are really fast. Like I said, because of the lag, it's gonna be a little bit slower. But the fight, y'all seen the gameplay trailer. Y'all seen it already. The fights are pretty fast paced. And that's really cool. It's true to Dragon Ball that the fights are like that. And I'm excited about that. I think that's pretty dope. So stamina break right there, and he just finishes Tien. No sweat. Look at that. I mean, everything just looked beautiful, man. And the fact that, Can you change clothes in this game? I doubt it. I think the clothes are true to that point in the anime, which is fine with me. My biggest thing is what are we going to be able to do after the game is complete? Are we going to be able to go anywhere with anybody, change clothes, do all that kind of stuff? If we are, that's pretty dope. I would like it to be that way. I think it should be that way because the game is complete at that point, so you don't really have to stay true to the anime anymore. But yeah, this is just Vegeta training. And the way that the game is done, guys, is that the game basically is following the anime, but it's giving us everything in between. Like we didn't get to see this. We didn't get to see Vegeta, training for the androids. We saw a little bit of it, but we actually get to live it out, and that's the purpose of the game. In a sense, you can add the game to the manga and the anime. The game is like the filler portion. It's the in betweens because Akira Toriyama's hand is in this. He's helping them with this stuff. He's coming up with content for it and everything. So I mean, for those of you who are canon people, I guess you could say this is another element of canon. So pretty dope, pretty cool. And you can see him walking into this cabin. I would imagine we can, of course, you can go inside a capsule corp. I really wish he had did that, but he didn't. But you can't go inside of certain buildings. And he got the Z orbs there. Okay, so this is coming up on the part where you can actually see like the Frieza spaceship. I think he's coming up on that part. So you can see it right there in the distance to the top left. You see it? Frieza spaceship right there. He's going to go at another angle and you're going to be able to see another one. I don't know the purpose of those. Because in the anime, of course, Frieza came, but I guess his people scouted out first or something like that. I don't know. And then Vegeta goes fishing, but I don't know if he had the option to use his tail. I didn't use my Google Translate on that part to know if tail was an option. I don't think it was because I think the tail was really more of an homage to Dragon Ball when Goku used to fish with his tail. See? But Vegeta uses a fishing pole and he catches a fish. And then we get that elusive screenshot that I got before where he's just all nonchalant, like, yeah, whatever, I caught a fish, no big deal here. Kind of thing. You see, look at Vegeta, just typical Vegeta, like whatever. That's dope that they capture that. That they capture the essence of that. That's really dope. I like that a lot. But right here, basically, Vegeta has a mission. He has to find certain things for the training room or whatever, like certain items, I guess, to add to research and development. And see at the top left, that was another Frieza spaceship, or that was possibly the same one. But now he's going to cook the fish. And there's people there. I'm pretty sure you can go and interact with them. Maybe they'll give you a side quest or something like that. I don't know. Maybe they'll ask you to do something. Not sure. I don't see a logo there. And then you have the different fish there. And you can see the 1-star, 2-star, 3-star. He chooses a 2-star. And the fish is cooking. And of course, they don't show him eating it. But, it is what it is. And you have 2 other seats there for your other 2 support characters, which is really cool. I mean, there's not much actually with the gameplay that we haven't already talked about. It's just a matter of looking at it. There's training grounds to the left, and I really wish he would go explore that, but obviously they don't want to reveal training just yet, so kind of a bummer there. So yeah, like I said, there's not a whole lot of new stuff here in the gameplay. It's just us being able to see Vegeta, seeing him fly through West City and stuff like that. It's cool, man. It's just expansive. Like I said, for those of you who was wondering about the NPCs and stuff or the population of it, when you're in the city, it's pretty populated. Look, there's a lot of cars out, a lot of people walking the streets and stuff like that as well. So that's pretty cool. I know a lot of people are happy about that because in an open world game, you got to have that. Otherwise, it feels very empty. Now, when you get in the wilderness, you're not going to see that so much, but it's cool to see that the cities are indeed populated and the cars react to you being on the roads and stuff like that. And then, of course, he's going to fly off into the wilderness. And this is where you're going to see that little portal thing that I showed a screenshot of earlier. He's passing up a lot of Z-Orbs. I don't know what that smoke is right there. And now he's using his key sense, and what it does, it's going to point out targets or objectives. So he's looking. There go another Frieza spaceship right there. Y'all see that to the top left? And so what it does, it highlights important things. Like if it's red, then it's something important, either a main mission kind of thing, or something that he needs. And right there, he collects it. And then there's yellow, which is collectible type stuff like Z orbs and fruit, stuff like that. I stretched that fruit out, didn't I? See right there, there's that portal. It looks like a cyclone. I can't make out what that symbol is, but I don't know what it does if you fly through it. He didn't fly through it, so we don't know. I mean, and it's just little intricate stuff like that, And he uses his key to search again. He's looking for those items. And I think that's really dope that you can use your key to search out stuff like that. Although it does seem kind of unrealistic. Like, how can you use key to search for stuff like that? But he does it, and he's able to find it. And that's really cool. Now, what I'm wondering is when you're looking for the Dragon Balls, how will they do that? Will we have an actual dragon radar? Or is it just going to be, are we going to be using our key sense? And see, so he got whatever it was that he was looking for in that regard. It's not much of a breakdown, man. I mean, like I said, because we pretty much know all about the game right now, but about this stuff that they're showing. They're not showing anything just super new. And of course, Frieza's henchmen fly down, and it's time to fight. And there's 3 of them right here, but they're going to fight. He's going to fight more than 3 of them. And you're going to be able to see, like I said, I know it's lagging, but y'all seen the gameplay, see how fast Vegeta moves and able to dodge and stuff like that. So that is the cool part. And it's going slow, guys. I apologize for that. It's the laptop. Got to get a better one. Got to do better. But I'm still excited for the game. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, the New York Comic Con is next month, where they're supposed to be having Dragon Ball Z Kakarot there. We could get another Majin Buu trailer then. Also, the Madrid show, I think, is at the end of October. And that one, they're supposed to be having Dragon Ball Z Kakarot there as well. So the Dragon Ball Z Kakarot news is definitely not over. It definitely is going to keep going and stuff like that. So just be mindful of that. That just because the Tokyo Game Show is over doesn't mean we're not going to hear anything else. Now, have they announced the demo yet? They haven't said anything about a demo, but we also have to understand that there's still time for that. Now, my big question is, when are they going to start doing like the Bandai live shows or the live streams at Bandai Namco? Because, man, I'm crossing my fingers that we get an invite. Now, I am also being realistic about it, because I understand their point in doing that kind of stuff is to get it out to as many people as possible. And with our channel having like 3,800 subscribers right now, they can go with a Rhyme Style and a Siriax who have hundreds of thousands of subscribers. Now, is that fair? I mean, it's business. I understand that. Is it the coolest thing in the world? I mean, it is what it is, man. And honestly, I would be lying if I said I wasn't upset. Or I wouldn't be upset if that happened, because we've been putting in work since day one, and these guys are titans in the Dragon Ball game social media platform, and we know more about the game than they do. It's like they haven't even been following it, and this game is awesome. And I've been telling y'all since jump that this game would be, and it's literally become everything we've imagined and more. Like, there's still things yet to be revealed about this game. They haven't even went in depth about training. So far on the list of things that we've wanted to learn about, we've learned the release date. We learned about the DLC. Now, they haven't said what the new arc is going to be. But, of course, I mean, you could pretty much put 2 and 2 together. The only arc after Majin Buu was Super. We know it's not GT, because Super takes place before GT, technically, on the timeline. So that's interesting. But we also know the collectors. We know all the different editions. We know the official release date. We know that it's going all the way up to the Majin Buu saga. I mean, we know everything that's fundamentally acceptable about the game. The only thing we're missing at this point is indeed, in my opinion, is training. That's the biggest thing that I have yet to see. The biggest thing that I would like to hear about. I'm glad they didn't show Vegeta versus Majin Buu, because I do want to wait to see some of that stuff. Seeing Gohan versus Cell was cool, but I really didn't want to see that. Like, I don't want a lot of that to be spoiled, but I mean, it is what it is. Seeing it is not going to take away from playing it, because it's a completely different experience having the controller in your hand, actually playing the game and experiencing it for yourself. Now, I will be doing a giveaway for this game. I told y'all that before. So if you're watching right now, you're hearing about this. The The giveaway is going to be coming. I'm going to be announcing that at a later date because I'm still trying to decide what I want to do. I definitely want to give away an ultimate edition of the game because I feel like that's more valuable to people than a collector's edition. Only because the ultimate edition comes with the season pass. I may either do that or I may do some standard editions and give away a couple season passes separately, you know, when we hit, you know, it depends. When we hit that 9,000 subscriber mark, I was even thinking about doing 9 season passes for the 9,000 subscriber mark. It just depends. Like, it's up in the air, man. I know a lot of people have already pre-ordered it and stuff like that, but there's a lot of people who still would love to get their hands on the game and maybe just don't have the money to, or they want the game, they're just not sure about it. And if they can get it for free, then that's awesome. This game, in my opinion, has Game of the Year implications, and it's already the best Dragon Ball game ever. Better than Budokai Tenkaichi 3. It's better than any other Dragon Ball games. Rage and Blast, Xenoverse. I hate to say fighters because it's just not the same kind of game, and it's really not the same kind of game as the other games as well, being RPG. But out of all the Dragon Ball games that I've seen and played, this one, I haven't even played it yet, but just the eye test, it passes that. I mean, I'm seeing everything we have wanted in this game is in this game, and that is freaking awesome. But guys, there's not much more to the gameplay. This video is already 20 minutes long, and I know y'all probably tired of seeing it. One thing that I do wish they would change, and you can't see it here, but when you're Super Saiyan, when you charge your ki, it should be gold, but it's not. It's blue, and I'm wondering why they did that because that doesn't make sense. But I'm gonna end it there because it'll just keep going on and on. I mean, the gameplay, y'all have seen it. Is not much new going on there, but I did want to at least kind of talk about it a little bit. I know y'all been waiting, but like I said, those were the major things that I seen that I'm having questions about in the gameplay. Was the dirty fireworks could have been better. Once again, I love how they capture Vegeta's character in this. And then, of course, I want to know what those Frieza spaceships are for. And then what does this portal do? So there's a lot of things in the game that we still don't know about that, you know, and I know they're not going to talk about it all. There's going to be some stuff they're going to leave up to us as far as exploration and things of that nature go. But guys, let me know what y'all think about the gameplay down in the comment section down below. And of the things remaining to be talked about, what are you most excited about? Till next time, y'all. Thanks for watching. Peace.